Boy, my visualizer is really freaking out today, isn't it? I might have to adjust some settings on that. Oh well, it's fine for what it is. That's the important part. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I should be doing other things right now, but I want to finish this mission in Caesar 3, Carthago. I'm pretty tired. I didn't sleep much yesterday, so it's a great time to be doing a difficult mission in a difficult game, right? Right. So last time we played Caesar 3, we did Carthago, and we died horribly right at the very end. Oh, I don't want to start a new game. That would be a disaster. Let's see. Is it this one? No. So we're going to see if we can do better this time. I don't know if we'll be able to do better, but we're going to see if we can do better. And I think we're going to do that by just kind of getting rid of this city. This city is no bueno. Whatever the previous leader guy did, obviously it didn't work because he got fired. So we're just gonna make our own city. And we're going to do that up here near the coast to start with. I haven't really thought too much about what my game plans are for this city, how we're gonna set it up. But that's okay, we'll figure it out as we go. I'm thinking something along the lines of this. We're gonna put a block of housing right here. Something like this. That's right, I said a block of housing. We're not playing games this time. We're gonna try to be as straightforward as we possibly can, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, that should be fine. There we go. It's a little bit silly looking, but that's okay. There we go. So this will give us a nice little base for our housing. Something far, far away from the natives. And then we can deal with them when the time comes. Is that really necessary, buddy? Did you really have to destroy that line of housing? Okay. All right, buddy. Whatever you say. Whatever makes you feel better, Chief. Oh my gosh, everything's collapsing. Everything's on fire. Everything's collapsing. It's great. I love this mission. This is my favorite mission in Caesar 3. By far. We'll drop a couple prefects here. We'll drop a couple prefects there. And an engineer's post. And we'll put an engineer's post up here, too. Let's see. So, we need... Let's just get rid of that. We don't... Yeah. I know. The gods are mad. Everybody's mad. I'm mad. We're all mad! Let's see. Wharves. We just want a line of wharves. Just a line of wharves, like that. We'll put a couple prefects up here. We'll put an engineer's post. There we go. Alright. So, let's make the gods happy. We're just gonna put, like, a line of temples through here. Just like that. Actually, was this Mars and Venus? We'll take Mars and Venus off. We'll put them over here. That we have a little bit of a more spread out path for the temples. There we go. really don't need that. Do something like this instead. Yeah. And we'll put a market here. We'll put a market here and a market here. Put it over here. I think that'll work a little bit better. You can also put a wharf in here. Distant battle. Okay, so we do have enemies approaching the city immediately. That's to be expected, I guess. We always knew that was going to be the case, but I think the first couple of battles can be handled with just skirmishers. I think we can pull that off. All right, so one thing that we absolutely have to do, we absolutely have to set up some early trade. Because obviously we spent a lot of money just rebuilding the basic infrastructure of the city. So we're gonna have to come down here and do what we did last time, where we just built a bunch of marble quarries. And we're just gonna trade marble. That's going to be our early, super early trade resource, I think. Put a couple houses in here. Actually, we'll put a house there. And we'll put a couple prefectures and an engineer's post there. And then this warehouse is going to be exclusively for marble. There we go. Alright, so unfortunately this isn't going to be completely blind now that I know where everything comes in at. So I know there's an invasion point there. I know there's an invasion point there. I know there's an invasion point down here. They invade down here a lot. And then there's also one here. So you want to try to wall up those locations to try to stall out the enemy a little bit when they do attack. But right now we just kind of need our economy to get a little bit better. Which we are a long way from. These houses over here are going to suffer from desirability issues. What if we move the granary there? That might work a little bit better. It's going to be a little bit of a slower process here. Especially since we're almost totally reliant on fish. Let's see. We're going to have to bridge this up eventually. But we'll go ahead and we'll build a few more wharves in here. Okay, well, by a few more wharves, apparently I mean one more wharf. Okay. Fair enough, game. Fair enough, I suppose. Large tents are undesirable, okay. I do want this farmland. I can build on some of this farmland, but I can't build on other parts of it. I think I am going to put, like, some roads through here. Because eventually... something like that, I guess. We're going to want to plop down a missionary post. In fact, we'll probably do that now. We'll put it there, I guess. Now, these guys don't need access to... or direct access to housing. They get people on their own, I believe. I think that's how that worked. So that should be fine. And a lot of this is just going to be waiting for the people to trickle in. You have a nice little block of housing now. Things are going okay. everything isn't horrible. We're gonna turn this into farmland. Here, we're going to do that. I think that's a little bit better. We'll go ahead and we'll export. Oh, we have to. Who buys marble? You buy marble. We're gonna go into debt. That's just a thing that's going to happen. We just have to deal with it. Alright, so we have all of these mines working. That's good. The children yearn for the mines. And we're just kind of hanging out waiting for people to come in. I think once we get our farming eco going, we'll be a lot better off. Why? I freaking hate this game. Fine, we'll put a prefecture all the way down here at the end. Does that make you a happy, game? Does that do it for you? Oh my gosh. That always kind of irritates me. Oh yeah, now the prefects are moving that way, of course. No, I shouldn't be that annoyed by that. That's just a dumb little thing that happens. Alright, well, let's get the charity of Caesar out of the way. Might as well. Is this safe to build on now? Not yet. Oh, he doesn't go far enough. What do you mean he doesn't go far enough? Alright, well, we could put a mission post up there, I guess. Well, that's lame. Do you know what's also lame? All of my people dying of the plague. Okay. Well, we knew we were going to need bathhouses eventually, so that's okay. We also need entertainment. Which we can do that like this. Set up a theater there and an actor colony back here. And that'll work. We are suffering a slight worker shortage, but that's okay. That problem will solve itself. Gregory the Overworked. Nice. So the natives are trading with us. I guess that's good. Okay. Let's get rid of this, and we're going to move it to here. Because it's very clear to me that that wasn't working there. I think that'll work better. It may not get this area. But I want to make sure that the whole area around this farmland is clear before I actually start using it. Okay. We'll build a couple of javelin forts. That way my barracks to start running people out. Because that's how we lost last time. We lost militarily. The Carthaginians came in and they said, no, we don't want your Romanization. And, you know, they wore me down. We had one big attack that took out pretty much my entire army. And then the second attack was what did it in. After, what, like 3 or 4 hours. I was almost done with the mission. It was unfortunate. It was unfortunate. Alright. Are we safe to build here now? Not there. Is he going to go this way? Okay. Now it should be safe. Hopefully. And the good news, I guess, is that this lets us set up our city a little bit better. There, we're going to do something like that, I think. No, we're going to take it one step farther. We're going to do something like that. Because, obviously, our last city didn't work out very well. We're also going to put our prefecture down there. Because this was very wasteful, the way that the original governor had all of this set up. You only could use a fraction of the actual farmland there, which forced you to rely overly heavily on fish. But now that we can set it up in a sensible way, we should be able to maximize our use of this farmland. And maybe we won't have to rely so heavily on the fish. That's the hope and the dream, anyhow. Here, let's just keep this road. Let's just keep this road separate. I don't want people wandering onto this road. I want this road to be specifically for the missionaries.
I can see there's a lot of work to be done teaching these barbarians the merits of Rome's benevolence.
So these guys should start getting workers soon. Yes. 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 Okay. And now we can start working on maybe some more advanced trading resources so that we don't immediately go broke. So let's see. We'll do 2 of each of the olives and the grapes. Of course, that's for wine. We'll also plop another prefect here. I'd like to put one here at the end, too. Not sure if that'll get workers or not, but it probably will. And then we'll start setting up our industry, like, in here, I think. Enemies closing, that's okay. And then the rest of these will be fruit, eventually. Not right now, but eventually. Alright, this is working a whole lot better. Probably like 1,000 times better. At least as far as a functioning city is concerned. I still haven't solved the risk of dying horribly to the Carthaginians. Okay, so I think... I don't remember where the first invasion point is. I can't remember if they invade here first or somewhere else. I can try to wall off this. I vividly remember them coming in here somewhat early. I just can't remember how early. I also have to be careful because there's this little native plot here too. Let's rotate this. Ooh. Yeah, that's right up next to the wall. Alright, let's go forward with this wall then. There we go. And we're just going to put like a line of towers in here. There we go. Now I don't have to worry about the towers here, the ballista towers burning down. So that's good. We just have to make sure that they get workers, which we could put a slum house down here to do that. Man, I don't have a lot of room for my mouse. Let's adjust my Come on, mouse. Stop getting caught on things. I may need to clean my desk a little bit. My desk is a little bit cluttered, so my mouse is getting hung up on things. All right, let's change these to plazas. There we go. Of course, I set this up, and I just realized that I should probably get pottery first. You know what? Let's not worry about it. Let's do this first. We're gonna set up a couple of wineries. We're gonna set up a couple of oileries. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with oileries. And a warehouse. We'll set the warehouse here. If and when we can. Alright, we have plague again over there. Do we need to drop some doctors in? I guess we can. There, that should solve that problem. Alright, and then I want you... Technically, I should have a warehouse for oil and a warehouse for wine. But we're just going to go with 2 for 1 for now. Now, technically, this isn't enough for all of this raw material production. You want like 2 to 3 per raw material, but it'll at least give us started. It'll at least give us a starting point. And honestly, that's all we need right now. And while we're thinking about it, let's set up our reservoir here. Yeah. Disease stalks the land. It's very scary. There we go. And then we can get rid of that. Because I want to put my dock in here. Yeah. I think that works out just fine. Excellent. Oh, it's this little cluster of houses over there? Oh, that's fine. I'm not really worried about that. In fact, I think we're just going to get rid of this cluster of housing anyway. We moved the water farther away from it too, so they were going to downgrade anyway. These houses here dying is a little bit more obnoxious. There we go. Oof. And those? Ugh, gross. No, not a barber. Bath access? They have access to baths. They have access to clinics. I wish there was just a disease risk tile, but there's not. I'll just have to hope for the best, I guess. Alright, we have a fishing spot right here in the middle of the land. That makes sense. Perfectly reasonable. You see these birds flying around here. That's the same birds that indicate fishing spots out here. You know, as you do. Okay. So we should start getting those finished goods in. We already are getting... Ooh. We can put a doctor out here too. Alright, we have our towers manned. We have troops in our towers. We're just waiting for the barracks to assign a garrison to them, which will happen. Eventually. Alright, we just need our people to come back. And then we can work on clay. We need to import clay for pottery. I really always dislike importing clay. I mentioned it before. I'll mention it again. I'll mention it every single time I have to do it. I hate having to import clay and pottery. It's awful. It's so painful. It's sad. It's depressing. It makes me feel bad. But I guess it is what it is. Just kind of got to deal with it. Sorry, I had a notification on Streamlabs that my microphone wasn't being picked up. I think that was because of the first part of the video. Yeah, the stream is fine. I was a little bit worried there for a second. Streamlabs was just lying to me. That's all. Okay. So we have plenty of food, which means we can bring in more people. Where do we want to bring in more people? We could bring more people in up here. Or we could get rid of these slum houses and put in some housing over here. That would actually probably make the most sense. Let's see, how would we go about that? Maybe we should build a third thing of javelins. Just to be on the safe side. So I don't want them right up next to the farms. Or right up next to the goods there. So I could do something like this. And then just kind of have this be our next cluster of housing. We'll put a reservoir right up against that. I don't feel great about that. We can do that. Yeah, something like that. And we can put houses in here. Put a couple of dongles off here. And we'll be good to go. And there. We might be able to get rid of that one there. There we go. So that'll bring us some more people in, which will allow us to get more people in to do our production and hopefully allow us to export more goods to build better defenses. That's the idea, anyhow. Okay. So we're about to be attacked. Enemies at the door. I believe the last time I played this mission, I was able to just micro these javelin men to deal with the problem. Will we be able to do that this time? I hope so. Otherwise, this is going to be really awkward. All right, let's drop a school there, and there. I guess that works. I mean, I guess we'll see if it works. Still too little entertainment down here in this corner, except for this one hovel right here. It's a little bit weird. I mean, we can definitely put another clearer in. That's not a big deal. But it's a little bit annoying. Okay, these guys are struggling with desirability. That's okay. There we go. That won't actually help too much with the desirability, but it will a little bit. There. Excellent. All right, I think we're about ready to start producing pottery. Let's start working on that, shall we? I want you to carry clay, and I want you also to carry pottery. We'll go ahead and we'll build a couple potters. And then we'll import clay. Clay is very cheap, very easy to import. We pay 40 per copper, or copper, yeah. 40 per pottery. 40 per clay. There we go. I'd get there eventually. Okay, we'll plop a theater down over here as well. Oddly enough, they already have some entertainment. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but I need a little bit more consistent entertainment access. Okay, apparently Neptune is still angry with us. Why is everybody angry with us? Except for... Well, no, Neptune's not angry with us because he just cursed us. That would be why. But apparently we need more temples. I don't really know where to put them, though. That's the problem. I mean, I guess we could just put them out like this. And we can also put an engineer's post and a prefect here at the end. It's a little bit of a lame way of doing it, but it works, I guess. And we're at 2,000 people. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We also probably don't need these slum houses anymore. Probably. I'm a little bit unsure if these guys will be able to get access, but they should be able to. Alright, let's put in some more fruit farms. Neptune and Ceres. Neptune and Ceres. I guess we could put another farm here. Whatever, who cares? It's fine. This is fine. It's fine. It won't bother me. We're just going to be struggling with desirability over here in this corner for basically ever. But that's okay. Currently, I was just looking at the food and noting that, let's see, oil? Yeah, we'll stockpile oil. And noting that it was empty, so probably needed more farms. We should also probably put a granary over here as well. Something like that. That way they don't have quite so far to travel. There's less downtime for the actual farm. See, these farms are 100% complete, but they can't actually transfer their goods until the cartman comes back. So if we put the granary here, they won't have to travel nearly as far. All right, our unemployment is skyrocketing. That's great. That means we can put in more workshops. Yeah, more workshops. Just like that. This area is going to have desirability issues, but whatever, it's fine. Why is there a prefect on this road? How did he get there?
No sign of crime around here.
Like, there's no... Ooh. That's how he got there. That is actually kind of a problem. Alright, let's move the prefecture down there, and I guess we're just going to hope that we have enough prefectures to cover this area. If I had to choose, I'd rather oversaturate than undersaturate with prefectures, and I have been trying to oversaturate because this mission and any other like dry location mission, like arid land, they're so awful with fires. That's okay. So we're starting to run food in here. That's good. We're starting to get some nicer housing. We should be able to start skipping onto some of these other islands for more food production. In theory. I just realized I can't put a bridge there. Where did we put a bridge before? There? Ugh. Okay. Alright. Well, we can do that. Let's see. I don't think there's really anywhere easily dockable here. There's a spot right there, but I don't think that's a good spot. We really just need this path to come over here. Yeah. And then this is where we're going to build a bunch of wharves. Okay, I'll deal with the Imperial Dispatch here in a second. Our food is much more important. There we go. Okay. Let's send the Imperial Dispatch. There we go. And then we'll start exporting this again. We might as well export over 4 instead of 5. There's no real sense in keeping 5. That's 1 square plus, like, a quarter of another square. I've always liked to make sure that the warehouses operate in units of 4 or 400, depending on the circumstances. So, this area down here is still struggling with food, but it should settle out eventually. Especially now that we've added some more fishing over here. It'll just take a few minutes. Now, we do want to eventually get over here. Could put some more fishing over there. Can we get a wharf in here? Okay, but can we actually get a wharf in here? No. No, you can't get a wharf in there. Nice. So it looks like the next stop for fishing wharves is going to be this island over here. Okay. Alright, so we're still looking at entertainment. There's some areas that are still struggling to get food. But we have 22% unemployment. That's a lot of unemployment. What do we want to do with that unemployment? We'll build a Senate. We could use a Senate to help the desirability over here. But it's just so slightly too small. All these plots of land are just slightly too small. We could put it there. We'd have to move all 4 of these things. We could probably do that, though. Let's see. Shop, wine. Does that help? Alright. Here's our first invasion. We should be able to micro this with just the javelins. We've done it before. We should be able to do it again. If I can stop losing my mouse, that would be great. That's just the problem with the aspect ratio. This kind of being forced into the resolution that it is. Sometimes I lose my mouse because my mouse is super tiny. Especially on this white terrain. It's a real problem. Alright, very good. This is not the time to be bothering me with that stuff. We can deal with crime after we deal with the Carthaginians, yeah? No, don't get distracted by the zebras. Focus on the elephants. Game, please. Alright, we're good. Alright, what's going on? Where is their fires? There. Forums, the market, and the theater. Okay. That's okay. We can deal with that. There we go. Let's put an amphitheater in here. I think that's a good call. Maybe it isn't, but whatever. It's fine. We do need a gladiator school, though. No. Yes. No. Yes. Gladiator school. We're gonna put that over here. Now we still need to move this one. Okay. That's a little bit obnoxious, but okay. There we go. That should help the desirability in this area. Just surround the industry, or surround the Senate with industry. Everybody will be happy. That did nothing for unemployment, though. We have so much unemployment. Which is fine. That's not necessarily a bad thing to have. I just need to make plans to soak it up. So I think our next plan is going to be to wall off this area. Yeah. Because this is a bad spot. We're going to do 3 walls. And I don't know if they can actually walk across tree terrain, like forested terrain. So we're just gonna kind of, you know, surround it. Like that. And then we could just put a bunch of towers in here. Let's see, how do we want to do this? I think the best solution... We can put a block of housing here, and then we could put 2 prefects and an engineer's post behind it. So we don't have to worry about the towers burning down, but we do have to worry about the houses burning down. So we need the houses to man the towers, but we need to protect the towers, or the houses, from burning down from fire. This may be a little close. Apparently it's not. Okay. So let's go ahead and put a tower back here too. I'm not I'm not playing games with invasions this time around. It's not gonna happen. There we go. So every point of invasion that they did, or that they used last time, we're gonna be towering up. Now, I don't know whether or not it needs to be connected to the barracks, but I guess we will probably connect a road like that, just in case they need access to the barracks. I mean, I guess we'll find out. Yeah, these still don't have people in it, and it's probably because of this. Roadblocks didn't exist in Caesar 3, so we gotta get a little bit imaginative sometimes, but occasionally that imagination bites back. Alright, our food situation is doing okay. Now, we can build mission posts down here now. That will absorb some of our unemployment, so it's probably not a bad idea. I don't really know how many we need, but I do know we need this farmland. So I'm glad the natives don't mind if we just, like, fundamentally alter their roads. They're like, yeah, this is fine. They only care if we build in their land. We can wipe out their roads. They don't care. But as soon as you place a single house in their land, they act like the world is ending. Okay, so we can still pull water from here, which is good, because we're probably going to want another block of housing in here somewhere. But for now, we're going to go with this. I think we're doing okay with food. We may need more fish. We'll build a... Can we even... I think we'd have to go over here to access this island, and that's not really something I want to do right now. So, I guess we're gonna have to go over to this island. Alright. I mean, it is what it is. What we're probably going to have to do, and this is what we did last time, so... You know, I'm speaking kind of from experience, I guess. We're probably going to have to put a granary on this island. Just to mark, like, a halfway point between these areas of land. So it's a funny thing to note that the fire risk is so bad on this map. Hello, Master Liberty. How are you doing today? Or building a generous-sized empire? More like struggling with the Carthaginians, but that's okay. But yeah, it's important and interesting to note that fire risk is so bad on these arid maps that these buildings catch on fire before the immigrants arrive to man the prefectures. It's just kind of funny. Just kind of a funny little thing. Hello, Toasty Tana. How are you doing? Welcome to the party. Why am I not getting people here? Hold on. Are people not traveling to my city? Lack of jobs prevents immigration. Ah. Okay, well. It's so hot today. Yeah. It's actually not that bad here today for me. But I'm sure, yeah, we're in the hottest part of the summer now. It's gonna be pretty warm. Alright, so we need to soak up some unemployment, which I knew was going to be a problem eventually. But I was hoping to get away with a little bit more time. Let's plop a military academy here. It's a little bit expensive, but 20 employees is... Yeah, it's a nice little get. It's cheaper than just had a sharp pain jot up my neck. Ooh, that hurt. But yeah, it's 20 unemployment, and it'll make our soldiers a little bit better. It's 1%. I mean, we have to get it below 10%. I think it's 10%. I think 10%'s the marker for bad employment. I could be wrong about that. It's been a while, but I think it's 10%. Let's see. Could put a hospital in. We were having trouble with the plague earlier. I'm just unsure if it's really worth it at this time. Ah, why not? Who cares? We'll plop a hospital in. These guys don't have a bathhouse. Huh. How did I miss that? Oh, this is awkward. How do I want to get these guys a bathhouse? Let's see. Let's get rid of the Temple to Ceres. We'll put a bathhouse here. And I guess we'll put a bathhouse here as well. And then we'll move the gladiator school to back here. I think that works. Do you really want to improve houses without unemployment? I mean, kind of. Yeah, you gotta be working with multiple things. And look, people aren't going to come in until the unemployment drops anyway, so it's not gonna be that big of a deal. It just means we'll have to be on the ball for later. All right, let's get back to what I was doing. Wait, no, we can't build stuff out here because we don't have people coming in yet. They'll just all burn down like it did down here. Yeah. Of course, I have the realization and the understanding that I could just plop down a whole bunch of missionary posts. They all have 20 population requirements, and they don't require direct access to housing. That seems a little bit gamey, though. I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah. There's a fire down there. It's just kind of a funny little thing. A funny little quirk with Caesar 3. Mission posts are poor city mood. Oh, come on, game. Let's see. I don't have a city sentiment icon. I can't do anything about poor city mood.
Pushing carts all day long.
No, I want someone to talk. Yep, everybody's hungry. There's not enough food. But I need more people to work to get food. Okay, well, this is gonna be a situation where I'm gonna have to, like, kick a bunch of people out. I mean, I could do that. Oof. No, maybe I don't want to do that. Oh, well, I lost the people anyway. Okay. Alright, game. Well, RIP that idea, I guess. City sentiment will improve with time. I hope. I could also petition the gods. Which one... Oh, Caesar series is mad. Let's see. Put it there. Let's see. I don't know which one. Probably Venus. Let's throw a festival to Venus. She's probably the one that deals with city sentiment. I did delete one of her temples earlier. It's true. Yeah. Very accurate. I just kind of forgot to put it back in. It's okay. We're doing a good job, though. Well, overall. Overall, we're doing a good job. In this specific moment, maybe we aren't. We can get rid of the Senate. Yeah, we can get rid of the Senate. We'll probably have to put the Senate back in when we actually get people starting to come in. Hey, people are coming in again. Let's undo that. We'll undo that. But yeah. Alright, so the next area we want to fortify is over here, because this is where another big attack happened. It's going to be a little bit harder to deal with, because we'll have to connect this up and hope that it doesn't just destroy everything. But I think we're going to go with the same, like, idea as these other spots, which is just like a double or a triple wall with towers behind it. It's going to be a little bit dangerous because if they break through the wall and kill my dudes, my boys, then it's gonna be a problem. But I think if I can keep them contained and they don't do as much damage, I think that'll be good enough. Because we were close. We were close last time. I think we were even close to defeating the army that came in here. It's just they pushed through my guys, and I didn't get enough recruitments to deal with that. Did I send this this thing? Okay, I did. Favor is still doing okay. Prosperity is rising. Peace is going up. Not enough culture, but that's okay. Half of our population are registered for taxes. This one place doesn't have access to education. Okay. Alright, so these houses down here should get people in them eventually. I don't really know where to put prefects down here. Like, the game, you would think that they would spread out a little bit evenly, but, like, then you have the situation like I had... Oh, where was that situation? I think it was down here. Yeah. Where, like, this marble quarry randomly caught on fire, despite me having prefectures up here, because they just... Even though I have 2 prefectures up here, none of the prefects went this way. They all went that way. They all went the wrong way until this one burned down. It's just a little bit obnoxious, that's all. Alright. So we should be good to build on this land because of the missionary posts. Yeah? Yes? Yes. Okay. So this would be a good spot to get food. The problem is we'll have to put a granary halfway, because otherwise there's going to be a lot of downtime for these farms. So we may want to wait for more population. We may have to build, like, just a whole thing down there. But one thing that we can do is we can finally finish this area up here. Let's see, we can put a wharf there. We can put a wharf there, there, and there. Along with over here. Just a lot of fish. And I want to try. I think that'll be good enough. Yeah, I wanted to try to make sure that I didn't have, like, a lot of intersections here. Because intersections are the enemy. We all know this. We all know that intersections are the enemy. But... You do have road access. You just probably need a house there to get access to housing. Because this is a long way to walk. This is a less long way to walk, but apparently you still can't find the houses. That's okay. That'll work okay. So I probably need some more potters. Okay. How do I want to do this? I want to make sure the potters stay kind of close to the warehouse. So let's build a 3rd potter in here. And 3 potters might actually be enough. Although it looks like they're struggling to get access to people. So we'll just kind of plop a house down there, too. The city is not going to be pretty. We'll just put it like that. This city is not going to be pretty at all. So maybe 2 potters would have been enough if this one was actually running properly. Who knows? All that I do know is that these guys still don't have enough entertainment. I probably need an amphitheater back here somewhere. But there's no good place to put it. So let's try something like this instead. Maybe that'll work. We'll see. 3,000 people. Nice. I feel like this is progressing a lot more smoothly than last time. I don't know. I feel like we were struggling to get like 4,000 to 5,000 people last time, but we're already up at 3,000 people now. Oh, this said that it wasn't. Ah, I forgot to run the road that far. Okay, that makes sense. Nice. Okay, so that should cover down there. Do we have enemies coming in? We do. Hard to say which one. I think this next invasion is the one that comes in over here. Because, as I keep saying, I do recall there being a super early invasion from that direction. We're still struggling with food. Okay, this granary just isn't doing well. I think it said it wasn't adjacent, so maybe we just need to move it slightly. We'll put it there instead. Still not adjacent? Oh, it's one of the weird quirks of the granary in Caesar 3 is that these corners don't actually count as being adjacent. It has to have a path into the center here. So like there's like a path on like each center area. So like just being adjacent to the corner isn't enough. It actually has to be adjacent to like one of the middle squares. Okay. That makes sense. I understand now. Did I forget to start importing wine again? Or exporting wine again? Yeah. That's okay. We'll see how these 3 potters work. I know at some point we're going to have to import pottery itself. And I think I definitely have a better financial base to do that this time. I was really struggling. I was really struggling in the last attempt at this mission. I don't think I realized how much I was struggling. Let's see. I'd like to put... Alright, oil workshop. We're gonna move you for like the 4th time. I'm gonna put you... I don't know. We'll put you there, I guess. That way we could put 4 there. Okay. This is good. This is good. I think our next step, I mean, obviously our next step, all of these small insulae need furniture. I really don't want to build... So, I think I'm running into a situation here where this, like, block of housing is just very oddly shaped. So, like, there's, like, these points in, like, the middle-ish area where they're just a little bit too far away from the supporting structures. Although these guys did just get the food that they need. They're probably going to continue struggling with food unless I put another market. Oh, no, there's a market right here. Okay, well, I clearly don't know what I'm talking about then. It sounded good in my head. It does seem like we're going to need another school over here, though, but I think we're going to plop in, not an academy. Don't get crazy now. I think we're going to plop in a library instead. And, yeah, it's time. It's time to import furniture. So we're going to build a warehouse. There's going to be a whole other problem that we're going to have here, where we need to get water through this chaotic mess to build more housing. I've just chosen to ignore that problem for the time being. We're going to put a warehouse here, and we're going to have it hold furniture. And we're going to import that furniture. Never mind, I lied. We're going to... Ah, we import wood. Okay. Mad Panda, how's it going today? Is this the no gatehouse challenge? Or that's Manda Panda, my bad. I wasn't planning on no gatehouse, but it's just been kind of working out that way. I don't usually build, like, constraining walls around my city. I don't usually build walls at all. But that ended very poorly for me last time, so we're taking a different approach. Okay, let's import that timber. And we'll start, not for walls. For controlling walkers. Oh. I mean... yeah, we can go with that. I basically never use gatehouses for that use, so yeah, I guess so. I guess we are doing the no gatehouse challenge. I never really thought about using gatehouses for that purpose, but I guess you could. I don't know, I feel like gatehouses are kind of gross looking to just, like, plop around everywhere. So, yeah. No, it is what it is. Still need pottery. Still need furniture. I know we're gonna have to import pottery here. I might as well start importing pottery. We have basically no pottery, so we're gonna need it. They're kind of ugly. Useful but ugly, yeah. See, I cannot say that I build pretty cities. I certainly don't. This is an ugly mess. Like, this whole area here is an ugly mess. But at least part of it was, like, the city that was here before I, like, clear-cut the universe. But, yeah. I want you to get pottery, I think. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to eventually want to build more housing down here. And this is kind of a centralized warehouse. So if I use this for lumber, furniture, and a fire, you know, burning things down, then I'll be able to, like, maximize, like, the reach of my goods. That's the idea, anyhow. I'm also going to put another prefecture down here, because fire scares me on this map. This map and any other of the, like, arid maps. Yeah. I think I've given up on the idea of spreading this water infrastructure farther south. If I have to get more water, I'll probably get it from over here. If we build houses down here, we're going to need the infrastructure anyway, so that won't be a problem. I don't think I can export furniture on this map, no. I may eventually have to build a second warehouse specifically for pottery down here, because we may get overloaded on furniture. We do have a fair amount of unemployment. I may want to build some walls here. Let's see. How do I want to do this? This is such a claustrophobic area. Is that really enough? Maybe. Don't mind me, just, like, walling in your farmland, Mr. Indigenous Native. Yeah, I know this is going to need road access. It's okay, game. I promise. Do something like that. And I kind of hate doing this, but we're gonna try it. There's gonna be a lot more room for the missionaries to wander now. Let's see. We can also actually put prefectures here now. And an engineer's post on... we don't really need an engineer. We're gonna put an engineer's post there. I'd rather overbuild. I'd rather overbuild on infrastructure than underbuild. And just for safety, I would like to believe that this one missionary post down here could handle all of these houses. I don't trust it, so we're gonna put another missionary post down there. The fear, of course, being that this missionary post down up here is just constantly going to get distracted and run this way through our farmland. We don't want that. So, there we go. This also looks really ugly without a space in between these two, but that's okay. I'd rather have way too many towers than to lose my city at the 3-hour mark again. Okay. We'll plop a library there and a prefecture. Excellent, excellent. Again, overbuilding on prefectures, but that's okay. It's gonna be a running theme of any of these arid maps. Oh, we have so much food here. Oh, look at all the food we have. I need you to get this food. I don't know why I didn't have you getting this food to begin with. Nice. Okay. So that'll help spread the food out a little bit from these areas. So we do have plenty of food now. Much more than we eat. Nice. That's good. The gods are mad. That's not surprising, I guess. Let's export over 10 on the marble. We'll go ahead and we'll build a suite of large temples. We might as well. let's grab a reservoir. And plop it here. Do I want to do just like a big cluster of housing? I could. So I started one of these before. Oops. See if we can do it again. Something like that, I think. Yeah. Okay. And then we can run fountains along here. Like that. And this can just be a nice big cluster of housing for me. Eventually. We're gonna do our little pharaoh dongles here. Let's move this over a little bit. There we go. Okay. This is gonna be a lot of housing. This is gonna be a lot of food. But that's okay. And we're gonna double up on prefectures. It's gonna be a lot of prefectures, and I'm 100% okay with that. 4 markets. I got you, good. I got you, buddy. Give me a second. Mercury just stealing my goods. It's okay. And then we should be able to plop down large temples. There we go. That should satisfy the gods a little bit. A little bit. This city isn't going to be, like, super mega awesome. I think my last attempt was definitely a nicer looking city. But it's gonna be functional, and it's going to work, and we're not going to die horribly. I hope. All right. So they are immediately attacking. That's the drawback with building the walls right up next to the city, the city limits, I guess we should call them. Is that they're just immediately going to strike at the wall. But they are going to suffer serious losses before they can get through. Well, okay. In theory, they'd suffer serious losses before they could get through. Should be able to just micro our little hearts out here. Or we'll just fail horribly. That's also a possibility. We should still be okay, though. It's not pretty, but it's okay. We should probably focus on importing some weapons now. Okay. They did a little bit of damage, but nothing catastrophic. The most dangerous thing they did was take out our mission post. Where is there still enemy troops? I think they're all gone. There we go. So I can kind of solve the problem of them getting through here easily by adding more wall layers that they have to get through. I'm not really quite sure how much I'm concerned about that. So I could put, like, you know, like 2 more wall layers in here. And now they have to get through 2 wall layers to get to the towers. Where we're definitely going to have to do that is over here. And seeing how, I don't want to say poorly, but seeing how well the walls worked there, I think I'm definitely going to want more towers over here. Even if they're just freestanding ballistas. That's the attack here and the attack here, they're both problematic just because of how close they are to my city. Okay. So we'll plop a Clostyleum. Wow. Okay. Alright, brain. Let's try that again. We'll plop a Colosseum here. And we'll stick the Lion House up here. And we'll also put an amphitheater down here. Sort of spreads out the entertainment a little bit. This area over here is not going to have quite as much as this area over here, but that's okay. In the grand scheme of things, that is A-okay. Hopefully... Yeah, our piece didn't crash like I was afraid it was going to. Our piece is okay for now. It may have dropped a little bit, but it's okay. We'll also plop down a couple of forums. There we go. How does the gods look? The gods are happy that they have their large temples. That's good. I figured that would solve the problem, but I'm glad it did. Alright, we can probably get rid of this prefecture. We can put a school there, and we can put a school there. We may need a third school over here, but we'll see. Unlike a lot of walkers, I feel like the children from the schools have, like, pretty well-determined paths, and the only time they really deviate from those paths is when they get a new intersection to walk down. So we'll know pretty quickly if we need another school over here. All right, we have our Colosseum. Nice. Okay, we need to set up our food down here. We need that extra food. Actually, I guess we need to wait for some money first our income's looking a little poor. It's probably because we're importing so much stuff. We're importing pottery now, and we had to rebuild this area over here. That was pretty expensive. We stopped exporting so much marble, which we could probably go back to exporting more marble now. But it probably doesn't matter, because we're probably already maxing out on trading marble. Not yet, but as the months go by. Speaking of, let's hold a festival for Mercury. See if we can get a blessing for trade. Apparently, I'm just going to say all the names wrong today. That's okay. Actually, maybe we need to move the amphitheater over a little bit. So these guys are struggling to get entertainment. Maybe they'll be fine. We'll see. You guys need a barber. And a clinic. We could put a doctor. A couple doctors, couple barbers. Man, you guys want furniture still. I mean, we have furniture coming in. You just gotta get to it before anybody else does. Let's see. 10 oil. We can do that. It's not too bad. These random gaps in the city layout, like here, it's a little bit of a problem because there's not a lot of buildings that are like smaller than 2x2, which means we may have to move some of these things. Like this Temple to Ceres, it's actually in a pretty poor spot. We should move it over. It doesn't really matter much in the grand scheme of things, but it just makes it easier to put things in as the block grows. Alright, so an important note, we're at the point now where we're going to start using some of our trade goods. Which may mean it's time to upscale a little bit. Or maybe we don't worry about it. Who knows? Not enough entertainment. Enemies at the door. Again? Where are these enemies? Over here? I don't remember where the next wave comes in. I wonder if it's this wave. I wonder if this is the attack from here. I bet it is. Because I remember that attack happening relatively early. I should start importing some weapons. Where do I want to do that? I guess we could just kind of do it over here. Because we need to import iron. And then we need to make weapons. Yeah. So we'll just do something like this. Put a couple weapon workshops back here. A couple prefectures. And a engineer's post. There we go. Now, ideally... Let's see, what if we did something like this? So those resources are coming by sea. So, this is so gross. This is such a gross area. Whatever. They're coming by sea, so I want an easy path for the resources to get to that warehouse. I don't want them to go around the entire universe. So I guess we'll do something like that. It could be worse, I guess. I haven't quite determined how it could be worse, but it could be worse. Alright, let's do this. I really don't want to put these on this road. Gonna do something like that? I don't know, that's still pretty gross. Could do something like that. This missionary post here can literally just be used for this one house. Sure, why not? Also put a little bit of wine. Another olive. And another vineyard. All in all, this is really bad. But that's okay. We have plenty of employment to spare, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. It's really gross. We all know that it's really gross. We can all accept together that this is really gross, and that's okay. It's allowed to be. And you can also put a granary down here. That's way too far away, but at least it's not the worst thing that could be done. And I do think this may be enough housing. We have to get to 6,000 people. That's only 1,500 more people. If we can get all of these houses upgraded, we may be very close to that. So that's pretty good. Let's see, when is this attack happening? July. Okay. If it's this one up here, I think I'm ready for it. I hope I'm ready for it. So overall, these areas are doing okay. Same over here. And if we need a little bit more population, we can put it over here. That would probably be pretty easy to do, actually. Alright, let's stick a theater there. I don't think this amphitheater is working quite the way I want it to. Maybe I should just move the amphitheater up here. I don't know. Again, we have plenty of unemployment to play around with, so I'm not going to worry about it too terribly much. Ooh. Villas here? I mean, I guess that's okay. It's kind of funny how I mentioned how this area over here was going to be a spot that we were going to have issues with desirability. But even though all this industry is here, the desirability in this area is actually not that bad. The Senate here actually did exactly what I was hoping it would do. I mean, I might as well plop an academy down here. I might as well try to make the villas happy so they can upgrade. They're already upgraded. They'll probably... I mean, they'll probably stay upgraded. At least for a little while. Yeah. So they might as well make me lots of money. But that is a good sign for my prosperity. Prosperity is doing very good. Culture, not so much. Peace, eh. Actually, I should work on getting culture up. Our gods are getting a little bit irritated again. Okay, well, we can work on entertainment a little bit. We could put a couple extra theaters in. We'll put one there. We'll put one there. We'll put one. See, this is what I mean when I say that these little gaps are not helping too much. I guess we'll put a theater there, too. Why not? The idea being that we want to make it a little bit easier to get our culture up once we have everything else. Too few academies, huh? Is that really a problem? I mean, I guess it is. I mean, we can build another academy. Let's see. We'll plop it over here. Now, these guys want a barber too. I don't think I'm going to build a barber over here unless I really need the people. Because I think that's going to be, like, the deciding point for villas. Because once you build a barber, it's much harder to prevent, like, villas from emerging. And you really only want villas to emerge in areas you want villas to emerge. Because if you have an area and all of the desirability is there, all the tools are there for villas to appear, eventually your entire block of houses is going to turn into villas. which is going to do horrible, horrible things bordering on criminal to your unemployment. So the reservoir is causing trouble. What if we put a big statue over here? We'll just put a big statue next to the reservoir and it won't be a problem. So you need a third type of food? I don't know why I'm pandering to these villas. This is where I get myself into trouble, because I pander to the villas and I forget to actually govern my city. Because I like big house. There we go. A third type of food, huh? I mean, we can import wheat. That is a thing we can do. That'll also help our food situation, so I don't have a problem doing that. Why are we struggling with weapons still? Because we're not importing iron. We opened up the trade route to import iron, but I actually completely forgot to actually import the iron. That's my mistake. Which, a lot of this is my mistake. Caesar 3 is my mistake, somehow. I'm sure. Okay, so this is July. Let's move our troops. Let's try to be predictive and move our troops up to here. I'm pretty sure that this is where I'm gonna get attacked at. And this is a big one. This is what ruined my peace rating before. So if we can stop this attack from doing significant damage, I think we'll be in a good spot. I hope. Enemies at the door, July 162. Within the year. Okay. Watch, they just don't attack. While funny, that would be unfortunate. Because the longer these guys are out here, the worse their morale gets. Okay. So we're starting to get iron in. That's good. And all of our granaries have food in them, which is also very good. I should have this granary go get fish. Yes, all right. So I can't attack over the wall. That's a little bit unfortunate. I actually didn't realize that was a thing. It's been so long. It's been so long since I've really dealt with the combat mechanics for this game. They're gonna break through right here, though. Back off a little bit. I don't think they're going to get through completely. They may get through the wall, but I definitely don't think they're going to actually do damage to the city. That's very good. And they may not even get through the wall. Nice. All right. Success. Who's murdering the zebras down here? The towers. Okay. I really don't know why the ballistas hate zebras, or why anybody hates zebras in this game, but you know, we really hate the local wildlife, the local fauna. I shouldn't say zebras specifically, because I know it happens with sheep too. But I'm feeling a lot more confident that we'll be able to get this done now. We need more libraries. Our peace is doing better. Our peace hasn't crashed again. So let's go ahead and plop down a couple more libraries. We'll put one there. We'll put one here. We'll put two here. Like that. I also want you to go get wheat, I think. So there's a little bit of downtime on these farms. But I don't actually think it's as bad as it seems. It's certainly not as bad as it would be if they had to go clear across the city with these goods. So that's good. And let's go ahead and plop down a couple forts. We'll put one... I don't know. The problem with the legionaries is that they're so freaking slow. I guess we'll put it there. The next attack comes from down here, and we already have that well prepared. We're probably going to struggle to get this third type of food, though. Yeah, this city isn't too bad. It just keeps running out of pottery. Because it is a bear to get finished resources to the houses in this game. That's okay, though. No food. These guys have food, so that's good. Too few schools. I'm gonna put a couple of extra schools in. Again, it's a bit extra, but that's okay. It's all about getting that culture rating up, not actually coverage. Do I have to have this granary get wheat? I don't remember exactly how the mechanics work, because I know there's weirdness with imported food where, like, the traders won't grab food out of a warehouse, but they should if it's imported food. But I don't know if that'll still cause weirdness or not. So maybe I just try to transfer it to the granaries, just to make it a little bit clear-cut, more sensical. Because I don't think any of these markets have actually grabbed any of the wheat yet, despite it being right there.
The city's gone. This one seems okay.
Yeah, they'll figure it out, I'm sure. So how are we defending this area? Well, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm hoping that I'll have this mission done before that attack comes in. It really shouldn't be that much. We only need population and peace. And peace will go up exponentially yearly while we're not being attacked. So it's really just population. We built another market over here. That always seems to be my opinion when it seems like the market workers can't get the resources they need.
So heavy, I'm taking fresh supplies back to my market.
Because a lot of times, they just can't get the resources before somebody else grabs it. So having, like, more markets kind of provides more of a sweep of goods. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. That's also part of why these areas down here kind of struggle for food a little bit. Because they have to traverse the entire map, and then by the time they get to this granary, or... well, probably not so much this granary right now. They're already out. So I want you... and again, I should have been doing this from the beginning. I want you to get fish. Because I need to start moving the meat from here over to here. That has a multifaceted benefit because the granary workers can move more food at a time. They can move 400 food at a time. And that means that the dock workers don't have to carry it so far, which will get these fishing boats out faster. Which will bring in more food faster. So I definitely think that'll be useful in the long run. A little bit of extra efficiency, basically. Yeah, they're just not touching this wheat. Or they inevitably are. It's slowly trickling into this warehouse here. And it's definitely going somewhere. But, not fast enough. Wine. We'll stockpile wine for a while. Let's just build a market here. Let's just build a market there. We'll even put another prefecture here. Just to prevent everything from burning down and collapsing. And this is literally just going to have wheat. There we go. Problem solved. Eventually. Sometimes you need to take a sledgehammer to a problem that requires more precision. Yeah, so you should be going to get food, right? No? Maybe granary employees can't get it out of the warehouse. That'd be kind of an odd limitation. Huh. Weird. Oh, look at the market buyers coming in for that wheat. Nice. Yeah, so it looks like it absolutely has to be transferred to a granary. They will not get it out of the warehouse, even if it is imported. That's a bit of a change from Pharaoh, where they changed things up, and especially the remake of Pharaoh, where they really changed things up. But that's okay. That's not the end of the world. Alright, so at least one of these will get food. Yes. And then I need to start importing wine. Sure. Why not? Why not? Yeah. There we go. Okay. How are we doing this nightmarish thing? We definitely have enough income to support importing wine. It's just really irritating that they're like, oh, your wine isn't good enough. We need the other wine. Even though it's the exact same kind of wine. They literally do not even need to be given the wine. I just have to be importing it. Oh, look at that. It's magical. Beautiful. It brings a tear to my eyes. Let's build a hippodrome. There we go. And a chariot maker. I don't know, over there somewhere. This will probably burn down. But whatever, it's fine. So we need more workers. But I don't really think we need that many more workers. Especially, well, I guess this area is still struggling getting food, even though there's literally food right there. Alright, well, let's build another market. Let's get going on that food. I mean, we could put more housing up here. It doesn't even really have to be a lot of housing. We'll plop a market. We'll plop a couple prefectures. Engineer's post. Plop a prefecture in a better location. There we go. Small temples for everyone. Let's see, what's next? Entertainment. There we go. Some entertainment for you. We're short 300 employees. Oh, no. They're upgrading again. No, don't upgrade more. Let's get rid of that barber. Stop it. Get rid of that barber. That barber is too powerful. This barber down here is bad enough. Alright. We definitely have a bunch of people coming in, though, so that's good. Let's see, entertainment, education. Let's move the Neptune Temple over here. Changes to the Empire, that's A-okay with me, bud. Oh no, is this off-center? Oh, it is. They did that on purpose. They did that on purpose so you couldn't put a wharf next to it. Oh, well, that's not great. I can give some money to the city. There we go. I probably didn't need to, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. No access to a hospital. You guys should have probably already had access to a hospital. I'm not quite sure how you got access to a hospital. I mean, the closest one is all the way up here, which I guess that's not that far. But it's kind of far. Big palace? Medium palace. I should be able to get a big palace, though. Big palace. We're still struggling with entertainment, though. Honestly, they're probably just waiting for the chariot. Which should come through at some point. Maybe. Come on, game. Please. Stop giving me random fires. I really, really, really hope the next mission is not in an arid climate. Do I also need a Colosseum down here? Maybe. I mean, I can put one down here, too. Like that. Still struggling for food.
Hail! I'm taking. Oh, these baskets are so heavy. I'm taking fresh supplies back.
I mean,
to
they'll
my
eventually find the food, that's for sure. And eventually these houses will downgrade, I hope, now that I got rid of that barber. Technically, this barber can probably cover that whole area, unfortunately. Lost bathhouse access. There's a bathhouse right there, game. Come on. Don't be like that. Don't do me dirty. Good entertainment to be found, but not enough variety. What entertainment do you have? Theater? Amphitheater? Coliseum? Hippodrome. You have no access to the Hippodrome. Alright. I mean, they will get access eventually. Just waiting for the Hippodrome to choose to go that way. Maybe you won't get access to the Hippodrome. That's awkward.
This city needs a lot more
The
workers.
charioteer would rather just ride up through the farmland. Alright. These tents have access to a Hippodrome. But also is struggling to get charioteers. And it really shouldn't. Gladiator school burned down. That's unfortunate. Lost access to Academy. Alright, they're backtracking now. Whatever. Temple to Neptune for Gladiator School. Neptune for Gladiator School. There we go. Looks like the Academy is struggling to get workers. I guess that makes sense with all the population issues, but they'll figure it out. I believe in them. Yeah, I think part of the problem, part of the thing that I have to adjust when playing the game is that I dramatically overestimate how good, how like far, how much access that markets have. Because obviously, like, I'm used to, you know, Pharaoh, where markets have a crazy amount of range. We're not quite as good here. I definitely need to solve this doctor problem. Okay. Let's plop a hospital here. And an academy. There we go. They should not be losing that access now. We'll even get rid of this academy because they ain't doing nothing. Local uprising. Okay. Alright, let's see how all this works out for them. Oh no, they totally got me, guys. Ah, look at them go. Womp womp. Alright, distant battle. Okay, so we have more enemies approaching. I think that's this one over here when they attack here. I could be wrong about that. I've been known to be wrong in the past. It actually happens quite frequently. I am a human being who is prone to being wrong. There we go. Why am I doing this way? I have no idea. Don't worry about it. Alright, let's watch the magic happen, shall we? Yeah. Desirability is still a problem. Desirability. Yes? Desirability? More desirability? There we go. There's a lot of high-class housing here, that's for sure. I don't know if I can get the desirability much higher, though. What do you think about that, large palace? Not quite? What if we put a nice little medium statue in here? How about that? No? More statues? Come on. I'm so close. There we go. Beautiful. Perfect. It's just incredibly hilarious to me. I mean, it's a little bit sad that I had to build all of these. I probably didn't have to build all of these extra statues. I could probably get rid of some of them. But, like, I was so concerned that there was going to be massive desirability issues here. And yet, this is where the nice... Are you kidding? Come on, game. There we go. And yet, this is the pinnacle of our society right here. With all of these disgusting, ugly-looking statues. Nice. But we did a good job. We did a good job. Now, if only we can resolve our issues with unemployment. Oh, these guys don't have a bathhouse. I'm stupid. I'm sitting here thinking that they're over here waiting for pottery, when they actually just don't have a bathhouse. There we go. That should massively solve the problems over here. At least some of them. These guys are still struggling with food, though. Oof. Run out of furniture. There's not really a lot I can do about that, Chief. I don't know if I want to import furniture. It seems like a bad idea. I can't import furniture anyway. At this point, should we even bother to import clay? Seems like we don't have enough room for it. I think it's probably intentional that the fountains only go out for tiles. And yet the estates here are 4x4 tiles wide. Because as you saw there briefly before I deleted them, these houses couldn't get fresh water. So I would have to move this fountain back forward in order to get these houses to upgrade. I think I'm just gonna see if I can get these houses to upgrade. See what that looks like. Oof, look at that. That looks good. No access to a clinic. I can build a couple of those. Let's see, we're lacking furniture. Furniture is the big thing that's holding us back. And unfortunately, I don't really have much of a solution to that. I can only import furniture so fast. And the best I can do is build another workshop and hope that I can pump it out a little bit faster. That's the best I can do. As more of our nice housing goes away because we don't have enough furniture. I mean, that's probably best in the long run. This Sizzy isn't really prepared for, like, super high-tier housing. Although we are going to get another one, which is kind of hilarious. Nice. Our population is slowly trickling up. Slowly. Probably down here. Oh, is this guy gonna go all the way? Maybe. Look at him go. Look at him go. Beautiful. He's gonna go all the way. Nice. So I think that's gonna be the trick, would be like building the nice housing on the corners. Because this one's also, theoretically I could probably get this one to upgrade the whole way too. That one would be a little bit harder though, because we wouldn't have the Senate there. Oh, well, I'm a dingus. Yeah, that'll happen. Gotta have an engineer's post for that one. Access to a barber. Not enough entertainment. We'll put an amphitheater up there. Try to get these guys to upgrade. I don't think we're going to build a barber, though. As I've mentioned, I believe a barber is a trap. The barber is the key to high-tier buildings. Who would have thought that a barber would be so powerful? There's no way we can get this to upgrade. Would I be okay with 2 large palaces? And a luxury palace? Probably. If I could get a 3rd type of food here, anyhow. So a lot of these areas over here literally just need a doctor, and they would probably upgrade to, not a doctor, a hospital. It's a lot of employment, though. Lost access to the academy. My academy is struggling because I don't have enough people. Alright, well, these houses have upgraded. Let's go ahead and do, like, another row of housing here, I guess. I'm really trying to just get the employment we need to keep my nice houses. We could put the fountains there. Like that. Market it up. Some gardens for beautification. Temples to a few gods. And by a few, I mean all of them, apparently. Plop a theater down, plop a school down, and suddenly you have another area like this, which can hold a few hundred people. And put a bath down. There we go. Surprised this building still is in place with all the low tier housing over here. Nice. So this is looking really good. Still struggling a little bit with food. It might be worth to put another market in. I don't know. Who knows? Honestly, though, if we're just... if we're just importing all the wine we need, do we really need the wineries? The answer is no. Not really. Oh, wait, no, yes we do. Because we need at least a little bit of wine production. That's right. Because otherwise, the big palaces will get angry at us. And we don't want the big palaces to get angry. Oh no, we need more than one source of wine. Oh no. Truly, this is the worst timeline. I will admit, that's kind of annoying. Like, legitimately, that's kind of frustrating. They don't even need the wine. It's not even different wine. It's just multiple sources of wine. It's fine. It's fine. Here, we'll plop some gardens in here to help with desirability. Yeah, I figured that was going to happen immediately. Alright, mostly I'm just waiting for these guys to get food. How do our stats look? Our stats are good. We just need 6,000 pops. Okay. Which we probably have enough housing for it. We just have to maintain it long enough to actually get people in. Access to an academy. There's an academy right here, game. All he has to do is walk this way. You'll figure it out, I'm sure. If it had more space to evolve into, done. Beautiful. Okay, let's build a second legionary. Let's try to put a hospital in. I'm pretty sure that's not going to work. I have to do something like that. That's definitely going to burn down. We'll do something like this then. There we go. That should work a little bit better. Should be able to at least get these houses up to the medium villa tier. With extra pops, you could get them higher, but I'm not looking for miracles here. This is ridiculous. That's a ridiculous amount of wine. Meanwhile, these guys still struggling to get food. But that's okay. Improve the desirability. Maybe we can do that with some large statues. I mean, that does seem to be the cheap and easy way to resolve desirability issues. The problem is we just don't have the space here anymore. Lost access to religious facilities? That's a bit weird, but okay. We'll stockpile oil. I guess one thing that's kind of interesting about Caesar 3 over something like Pharaoh, I'm not quite sure you could easily make a housing block specifically for high-tier housing that does not connect to the rest of the city like you can in Pharaoh. Even ignoring, like, all of the lack of roadblocks. Like, in order to get this high-tier housing, you need a hippodrome, you need a coliseum, you need a hospital. All of these people, especially the hippodrome, which requires 150 employees, you need a lot of unemployment to fill that area. And you generally want, like, one hippodrome to cover more than just a couple of high-tier houses. Although I guess you can kind of make it work. I mean, I kind of made this work in here. Kind of. I have to be a little bit careful because of that house there. Plop a couple more statues here, though. I'm probably not going to be able to improve the desirability of this too much more. These guys would evolve if they had more space. The problem is, can they still have the desirability if they evolve? Collapsed market. Yeah, I guess that does make sense, doesn't it? Prefect. Engineer's post. Everything here is just going to start collapsing soon. What? Oh, is it still just this area? It sounds like there's a lot more collapsing. It sounds like there's a fire somewhere. No, maybe it's just this. Temple to Neptune, Temple to Mercury, Theater. Wait. Battle? Are we getting attacked somewhere? Natives. Why did the natives get mad? They're not mad anymore. Okay, no, they're still mad. Where? Right here. But why? It's because of this stupid little building here that I was worried about. They're like, man, we really hate nice houses. Tell me that destroyed my peace rating. It didn't, somehow. But we did lose, like, 1,000 people. Oh, they're gonna continue being obnoxious. Alright, let's fix this first. Temple to Mercury, Clinic, Barber. Clinic, Barber. Alright. Are we good? Yes. For now. So we lost the library. That sucks. We can build it there. Instead of the hospital, we could put an amphitheater here. And we could put a theater here. Temple to Neptune. Gladiator School. I do wish there was like an easy button to rebuild destroyed structures, but it's okay. I know like newer city building games provide that option. Oops, I didn't mean to evict that guy. Oh well. That's okay. They also randomly destroyed my weapons. Okay. I guess that's fair. And all of this food production. I think that's kind of the lame thing about how natives work, is that like when you get one native angry, they all kind of rebel. Even if they're on the other side of the map. There's another prefecture here. Somehow we managed to complete that. I'm not quite sure how. And then this was an olive farm. All right. Well, that was a nightmare. The good news is things are slowly normalizing. And, yeah, we should be able to finish this. Even though this market's still struggling for food. Yeah, it's just funny because I knew that this could have been a problem, and I had hoped to avert it. And it was a problem. I just didn't avert it well enough. But hey, we have a couple nice large palaces here. We're probably just going to have to accept that large palaces are the best we can get. I don't think we can get much larger than that. Not without sacrificing some of our housing. This reservoir is too close. Ooh. I don't think I've ever upgraded a Senate to look nicer. Nice. I wonder if it would be more desirable to do something like this. It doesn't really look like there's much of a difference. Yeah, not really much of a difference. Maybe, just maybe, if we could get rid of this tent, it'll improve the desirability. But it's unlikely. Yeah, the game still wants me to improve the desirability more. And I just can't I can't get anything desirable close enough. Not without, like, fundamentally reworking this entire area, which we're not gonna do. Not today. There we go, they finally found some food here. That's good. Still need some more food, though. I think this is probably going to be the only mission that I do today. I have to get some sleep for work. I work tonight. And, yeah, this mission's taken a lot out of me. We're on the cusp of finishing it, though. We just need a few hundred more people. And they're coming. They're coming slowly, but they're coming. I still kind of want to, you know, get this a little bit better. What if we got rid of this Temple to Mercury and put a medium statue there? Now we'll have to replace the Temple to Mercury. We'll have to put it like up there or something. Still not enough. What if we did the same thing with Mars? Maybe? Yes. Okay, we need another Mars temple somewhere. We don't want Mars to be mad. We'll plop it right there. Why not? And this one's gonna be a little bit harder because it's struggling with the reservoir here. But we may be able to get rid of the tax man. And put a temple or a statue there. We can put the forum back there. Still not quite enough. We have all of these temples here, which is why I'm not super duper concerned about the religious access. We got a lot of boys coming in this time. But that's fine, because I got a lot of boys to send down here this time. So, they're definitely going to break through. We're not going to be able to stop them from breaking through. But hopefully, my legionaries can hold them off. There's a lot of enemies here. I forgot how many enemies poured in. We won this last time, albeit barely. We are definitely more prepared this time. And we have much better trained troops as well. We should be able to handle these guys. Don't get too close. Nice. Way fewer casualties that time.
No sign of crime around here. The city's defenses should never have let the enemy.
Alright, don't give me sass. I just wanted to see what he was gonna say. I didn't want to get sassed. Alright. think there was only one tower here. We'll build 2. Why not? That's 6,000. We're good to go, right? Oh, we need peace. Oh, I bet the peace dropped when the natives attacked. When the Fire Nation attacked. Alright, well, I'll tell you what. We can speed up the game. This is the first time we've done this. In Pharaoh, we would always speed up the game while waiting for the pyramids to build. In this game, in Caesar 3, we're going to speed up and wait for the peace to accumulate. It's basically the same thing. It's basically the same game. We'll plop gardens in there. Why not? Our unemployment is finally starting to slowly tick up. Nice. So I believe peace goes up every year. So it should go up in January. I'll have to keep that in mind. Probably also have another army coming in. Is that this one? September? October. No. No, I don't think they're close yet. Access to a hospital. I don't have a good way to get you access to a hospital, unfortunately. All right. I'm just gonna jam out to the music while I watch the little mobs running around my city. These houses do look really cool. I definitely like these houses. I like the look of these houses a little bit more than the look of the top tier Pharaoh houses. Just a little bit. It looks like a place I would live. The top tier Pharaoh houses just look like, I don't know, like mini castles, which I guess these kind of look like mini castles too, but yeah, it's fine. $37. Okay. So we are going to have to deal with this attack. That's in July. So they'll be attacking in August. I believe that this is the attack that occurs over here. Could be wrong about that. But yeah, these top tier houses are being surprisingly stable. What do our taxes look like from last year? Taxes. 13,000? Nice. So, all in all, really, if you think about it, assuming that this next attack is the attack that I think it is, and I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure this next attack is the attack that finished me off. August 154. we're really close to being on pace with where we were. And I think we would have been much closer, or we would have been much faster to our objective if we didn't have that little issue with the natives there. Because we lost 1,000 people there and like 10 points of peace, which isn't great. 15 line? You got that. There you go. Still wish I could have gotten all 3 of these up to the big building, the big upgrade, but that's okay. Hold on. They may actually get in. They may not get in, but they're definitely getting in. I don't know why the other ballistas weren't attacking there. All right, they just barely got in. Weird. A little bit weird, but that's okay. Let's prepare for this attack, because this is another big attack, and we want to be ready for it. There we go. July, enemies at the door, July, so it should happen here at the end of August, I think. Yeah. And they come in right there. So this is the attack that did me in last time. But we are so much more prepared for it. I don't think this was even really an enormous attack. I think the only reason I had a problem with it was because my army was completely depleted. Not even a little depleted, but completely depleted. Yeah, these guys are struggling to even get in. The half a dozen ballista definitely helped, though. It's a little bit sad that I had to replay this mission so I knew where all the spawn points are, so I could just, like, control the choke points like this. But I guess it is what it is. Those elephants just went to heaven. That's a little bit weird, but okay. Either way, we won. That's the important part. So we should be good to go. Ooh, I didn't even know it went up to 200 speed. Wow. How fast does it go? 500? Oh, yeah, that might be a little bit too fast. But that's good to know. It's good to know that it gives up to 500 speed. I might need that at some point. Burn through that that peace rating. Oh no. 39? Come on, game. Like right now, for example. A price raise? That's okay. Getting attacked next year? I don't know where that attack is, but I don't think it's going to be our problem. I hope it's not going to be our problem. Come on, give it to me, game. Give it to me. We're going to save real quick. Oh, thank you. Do we want to see what the last attack was? That's honestly, that's the reason why I saved. Let's see what the last attack was. Let's see. When is this attack going to be? The July or August? Okay. Let's speed up time to August, shall we? Another local uprising? Alright, well those guys just got completely wrecked. I think it's notable and kind of obnoxious that they time these local uprisings to occur right before the attacks. This is really not cool game. Especially the last one, because the local uprising was over here, and then the actual Carthaginian attack was over here. So they literally pull your army out of position in order to go and attack somewhere else. Which is why I say that Caesar 3 does not mess around. This game, it's no Pharaoh. It don't play games with you. It doesn't hold your hand. We avoided Hannibal's mission, which also would have been a military-heavy mission. And I'm okay with that. Getting a little tired. Come on, game. Attack me. There they are. Let's see if this is any bigger than any of the other attacks. It probably won't be. I think the last attack that was down here in the corner was the big, you need to beat this attack to win attack. I mean, you could technically finish the mission before that attack occurs, I suppose, but usually they have like one really big attack to really test your defenses. Oh, this seems like a pretty sizable attack too. Dang. They definitely broke through in like the worst possible locations though. It's kind of funny. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. And then the elephants go to heaven. Nice. Alright, so let's see what the next mission is. And we'll call it a stream. So at the end of this month, we should win. Unless something dramatic happens. $73 prosperity, pretty nice. Culture, 51. Decent, decent. It's all pretty decent.
Thanks to your brilliant performance, the Carthaginian menace is finally behind us forever. Our old enemies are now loyal Roman citizens. At least those who can still draw breath.
Yeah, it's just a casual genocide. Why not?